Welcome to Nerdities. Bitches.
Ladies and gentlemen, nope, that show's not fucking happening tonight.
Nice fake.
Yeah, welcome. Yeah. Sometimes life hands you lemons, and other times it hands you bad days, and some of us had some of those, and thus creating scheduling conflict. I love watching Vinny tongue something. Is that Molly?
It's a bit.
Oh, okay.
Trying to seduce Megan. Watch somebody's tongue flapping around.
I wasn't complaining. I encourage it. So, because it was kind of last minute here, we're just gonna bro out a little bit. We're gonna ask some questions, get some opinions, and I'm gonna start. Do you gentlemen feel that superhero movie fatigue is an actual thing?
No.
Okay.
No, I do not. I believe we will never have a gully again like we did after Batman and Robin, but we will have sparsity at times. Like, it's going to thin out for a little bit, and it's going to pick up speed again, but not for a while.
I feel like, instead, people are calling it superhero fatigue, it's just lack of good movies. That's what it was. It was just a lack of quality movie. They were we were getting crap for a while, and then Marvel Jesus came and kind of sparked things up again.
Yeah, but
I wouldn't even call it crap. It just wasn't up to what Endgame's such a high standard.
Yeah.
Everything after that was But there was some really you're gonna say No Way Home wasn't good.
No. I was generalizing superhero movies in genre because we also got DC, and I still have yet to watch Aquaman 2.
That's just an unfortunate situation, I think. I think everyone realizes that. It's hard to average that into everything else and look at it and be realistic about it, because that was just a sinking ship, a slow sinking ship.
Quantumania was not good.
No, it wasn't.
No, but
fun, at least.
Marvels? I thought the Marvels was pretty... I thought the Marvels was pretty great.
I enjoyed the Marvels.
Yeah.
Spider-Man, Doctor Strange 2, Wakanda Forever,
Yeah, no.
They put out a lot.
It was good. But then you get, the Eternals.
The Eternals.
There's some swing in the dirt, and when they swing in the dirt, it's you see it. They kick up a dip.
Well, you know what it is too with the Infinity Saga? They kind of pieced it together as they went until it kind of fell into, okay, we got something cooking here. Now they're trying to make these movies and shows all right, we'll make season 1 so we can have season 2 and 3 be about the real thing. We can have the first movie, The Eternals, because it's going to set up the second and the third one, and they suck. So everyone's like, don't make them.
That leads me to the other question I have about it is, did Infinity War and Endgame peak the superhero movie genre? Because in my personal opinion, thus far, no one's fucking getting close to that.
I think it has peaked. We have found an absolute plateau. They're not an absolute plateau there. A definitive plateau there for the time being. Because if they can pull off Secret Wars, if they can come back around again and do it, they could make a $3 billion movie. Easily. But there's a lot of things between here and there they could fuck up, and people could completely lose interest, and it won't even happen.
That's the danger of RDJ too, because it's a grasp of what worked.
I find it I have enough faith in them based on what they've given so far that it's not just going to be a gimmick. There's going to be something behind it. They're going to make it interesting. And even if it's not the coolest idea in the world, as long as it's interesting, I can live with it. I mean, there's been some shit that Marvel's done. Love and Thunder has not been good, but it was interesting, so I can live with it. I'm not gonna run around with a banner saying how great it is. But yeah, it happened. Move along.
Now we just need to find out why Thor cried.
Oh, that thing. Thor cried because it was superimposed.
I think they should have ended the film universe with Endgame, and then waited a little bit and rebooted it as a different universe. I think they've lost a lot of steam with what they've put out, and we've just named quite a few good ones, but like it lacks the connective tissue that everything previously had.
They're trying to make forced connective tissue instead of like just the end. Like the last 30 seconds was just like, oh, Easter egg, they're connected. Now they're trying to make everything.
I mean, it's a tough act, right? Because they're trying to build off of shit they've already done, but maintain what they've already done because they didn't kill enough people. Like, yes, we know the story in Infinity War and Endgame was they destroyed half the... But I'm talking about, like, your main characters, right? We lost Tony.
We lost Steve.
Natasha.
Steve's not dead.
No, we lost Steve, though. We lost him as a character. He hasn't shown up.
So far.
Yeah. But if he shows up and it's that Steve, he's not going to have the same effect.
No, it's not going to be...
narrative tool.
We won't see young Steve again, I don't think, except for in Secret War.
Yeah, we'll see a variant of him.
And he'll be Captain Hydra.
Yeah, that'll probably rip out some hearts. I definitely don't agree with that notion that they should have stopped there because there's been a lot of great stuff to come out since then. A lot of meh stuff, a lot of Secret Invasion. But, like, we wouldn't have had great moments like No Way Home. We wouldn't have had... hell, Far From Home I found really good, too, because that had... a great Gyllenhaal performance. It set up a lot of stuff at the end, too. We got versions of villains that they never would have touched on, even though they were hollow shells of those villains. We got to at least see those effects.
We did get the repercussions of Endgame in that movie.
Yeah, the emotional stuff for him.
Yes.
Mostly.
Yes.
Peter was the through line of this phase for me, in a lot of ways.
It's so... Infinity War and Endgame were so built up and done so well. Like, each level just building up to this grand story Disney Marvel just pulled off.
Well, that's what
perfectly.
I'm saying. I don't think they're going to be able to do it a second time. I think Secret Wars is going to be good, for sure. But Secret Wars needs to do what those two movies should have done, and it needs to end this version of it for now.
Had 22 movies to build up to Infinity War Endgame.
Yeah, but you could have had just as many movies to build up to shit now. Now...
Well, also, think about how many movies... Like, Thor was good, wasn't great. Thor 2, like, Lost in the Wind. Ragnarok kind of brought it back a little bit, but, like, people didn't love the individual movies as much as they did the Avengers movies, so maybe what they're doing will work. You know?
Yeah. I mean, you're stuck in a position, too, where, like, one of their most interesting characters is Bruce Banner, but, like, can't get a Hulk movie.
I do like the fact that they're using him. They're going to use him.
They're going to do everything they can to get as much story out of that character as possible.
Yeah.
And I don't blame them.
I don't need him to be a lead.
No.
I love him being supporting for now.
Like, don't get me wrong, I'm excited for Daredevil Born Again, but I kind of hate that it's a continuation of the Netflix story because I feel like that version of that character doesn't mesh well into the universe that they're in now. Like, we're going through it now with James, right? We're almost done with season 1. And, like, it's just, like, it is set in universe.
Right.
Yeah.
But
the event.
It does not. It doesn't fucking fit at all.
it never felt like it was all the way there, but it also never felt like it's betraying the universe. It just kind of felt adjacent to it. You can accept it, but it isn't really melded.
Yeah.
But I can understand that too, because it really doesn't feel like it fits. But character-wise, not even just, you don't see like mad explosions and Spider-Man swinging by. Like, tonally, it doesn't completely fit. But it's been a long time. He's been doing this for a while, so maybe he's found a bit of balance, and he's a bit lighter, and he's coming into it. Yeah, but and then it drags him down.
You're bringing back Bernthal's Punisher, and they're promising violence.
Yeah,
we're getting MA. Yeah, we're getting.
Yeah, and this is in universe, and I'm just like.
They did show that the R-rated Marvel works.
No, they showed that Deadpool works.
Werewolf by Night was R-rated.
Yes, that was great.
But that's also like that was a one and done thing. Like it didn't have to work.
No, it was testing the water.
Yeah, Werewolf by Night didn't have to work.
Yeah.
It did. For sure. But like Deadpool was okay. Ryan got his way. The movie's being made. Feige's like, all right, we're gonna see what we can do here, and like, of course, people love it. People love that franchise. But from everything that I've edited stories for every clip that I've now seen, almost the entirety of the fucking movie, like, it's not a movie in the MCU.
You know, it's interesting. Who was I talking to? Someone was saying that their girlfriend liked the first two a lot, but it was Ricky.
Mm-hmm.
He was saying his girlfriend liked the first two a lot, but didn't really like the third one because it was so comic booky. Like it felt more like a Marvel movie, even to him.
Well, yeah, because they're jumping around in a universe that no longer exists, except at the end of the movie, it exists. Spoilers.
By this point.
So, like, no, we don't know an R-rated MCU movie works.
But it doesn't even need to be R-rated. No. Daredevil. If they
can
allow it is. For more maturity.
We know it is, though.
Yeah.
But it's just like, it doesn't feel right.
Maybe it will. We haven't seen really anything from it yet. Maybe it will.
Well, it will. Look at Punisher. You really shouldn't PG-13 that character.
It doesn't matter if he's PG-13 or not. The character himself doesn't fit in the universe they built.
Doesn't. It's all CGI cartoon shit. He's more grit.
No, I mean, even their edgier characters who are similar to him, like Taskmaster, wasn't close to what his comic book version is.
Yeah, that was more because they wanted to do something with the daughter character.
I get what they were talking
about,
but like, if that was the character you were going to use, like, it comes down to my whole like Baron Zemo thing. Yes, he did get redemption. They gave him, they fleshed him out a bit in Falcon and Winter Soldier, and I appreciated that. But like, this chocolate and peanut butter doesn't taste good together, I feel. And I feel like it's just being sandwiched together to get to Secret Wars.
It's a bit too early to say that. We don't know how it's played. If it looks ham-handed, it doesn't look well put together, it doesn't fit, then yeah, I could agree.
Well, I mean, I'm just going by what we've seen so far. We've had some good stuff, we've had some bad stuff. None of it really connects. We know what we've got coming down. Like, Brave New World looks fucking great. But, what's it gonna do? Like, we could all love the story, but what's its repercussions for the bigger world? The problem is because they've connected all these things for so long, it's kind of what we expect out of all this. And we know, because they like to announce things years in advance, we know Secret Wars is coming. So, like, this stuff comes out, and we're like, well, where's the fucking setup?
Yeah, I agree. It's what we've come to expect. But when it doesn't happen, I'm okay with it. Okay, these things are kind of standalone now. They're just establishing new characters.
Yeah, but it's like, then getting to Secret Wars is going to feel rushed.
I doubt it, because it's going to take a long time to get there. They're going to put out a lot of stuff.
It's not, though. We're not getting 20 movies from this point to Secret Wars. Secret Wars comes out in what, 3 years?
3 years.
Yeah, but there's a bunch of movies.
But there's
like
not
6 movies. Yeah, there are.
In 3 years, that's only 2 movies a year. We got 20-something movies before we got...
don't know what half of them are. Only 3 of them have been announced.
But it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does matter, because that's a lot of stuff that could fill in gaps and move the story forward.
It's just... I really do think that they shot themselves in the foot. I really do think they should have just they should have killed at least the original 3. Like, more people had to have died in this universe if they were going to keep going with these kind of stories. If they were going to keep branching and branching. I mean, it doesn't help the whole Spider-Man shenanigans with Sony. Because that's always like, what are we doing there? Like, it was doing great. Story fits in. They keep making fucking villain movies that paints Disney into a corner when they make a Spider-Man movie. Because it's
I'm not worried about those. Those are just universes that'll get destroyed in Secret Wars.
Sure.
That's just more fodder.
It's hard, because I heard after Endgame and, what they were going to do. Originally, they were going to give T'Challa the event. Like, he was going to lead the team.
Sure.
Unfortunately, what happened. Kind of...
Yeah, I mean, Marvel's been dealt a pro wrestling company issue, right? So, like, you put your money in the corner of this one guy, and then, he turns out not to be that great. Or something happens and they pass away. Like, yeah, they lost Chadwick. The whole fucking Kang thing with Majors. Mm-hmm. That was a fucking hefty blow.
Yeah, you want to hear something sad? I was scrolling through Facebook the other day, and one of those commercials for a game where the actor started talking about beforehand, he was doing them.
Yeah.
That's sad.
No one's gonna fucking touch him for a while.
No.
Who knows how long.
And then Marvel, like, it's either they're too prideful for their own good, or, like, it's understandable, I guess. But, like, you changed out Rhodey early on. I understand. We've talked at length about the whole replacing Chadwick thing. But T'Challa was way too important of a character to let go like that. And the same thing with Kang. You set up there's variants of him. It is so easy.
You know what? I was thinking about that. I think because he wasn't received well in Quantum Mania and what happened with Majors, they looked at both of those things happen and were like, you know what? We got to turn now. We got to make a big turn now.
His story in Quantum Mania might not have been great, but the shit they did with Loki Season 2 and him was incredible.
That was good, yeah. Like, recasting him would have been the right choice. We do have a T'Challa in universe. He's just 10.
Yeah, we have a 7-year-old T'Challa. That's what I'm saying. Like, Secret Wars needs to kill it all. Just let it all burn. Wait a year. Announce the Ultimate Universe. And re-fucking cast everybody.
Then the other side of the spectrum still remains to be seen with DC. Because we don't know... We haven't seen anything with Gunn's universe.
We have.
Well, aside from... We haven't seen... movies. We saw Suicide Squad, but that's not in universe.
Doesn't matter. You've already seen what he can do with those properties.
And Suicide Squad was great.
Yeah. So I'm not worried about I'm not worried about what he's going to do. I like that all these characters have been announced. The whole fate of their universe is in good hands.
I know we probably could go into it a little more in the next show with some of the casting rumors, especially that has to do with some of those characters. Because, yeah, I want to see even more of those characters on screen, especially the ones they're talking about.
I mean, they've got the luck of, this is a brand new start for them. Right? They knew that the Snyder ship was fucking sinking once people started talking openly about stuff that weren't Russian bots or his Legion. And they're like, you know what? That's not that good. It's really not. Batman really shouldn't be killing that many fucking people. Or at all.
Gotta agree.
Superman... Like, I know his dad told him not to fucking save him, but, like, that's the thing about Clark, isn't it? That's Cal, right? He's just gonna fucking save him anyway. And he's faster than anybody can see, so, like, of course it makes sense.
Yeah, but he always listens to his dad. Kansas boy, listen to my pa.
It's weird, because I just, rewatched the original Superman movie, and their upbringing was so different between the 1978 Superman and Man of Steel. They're just how Clark was brought up was so different. Like Jonathan Kent that we know and love, who's like, you're destined to do great things. You're right now you're kind of hiding, but something big, you're going to do something big. And Costner's just like, no, people are gonna think you're a freak.
Well, Smallville, right? That's the most near perfect version that we've gotten out of the comic book. And even that Pa Kent. He was just like, yeah, you're gonna make fucking mistakes, kid.
Well, very early on, he was Costner, Pa Kent. He was very protective of him, telling him not to use his abilities, but then turn the corner. You gotta have that.
But you also had a more realistic Clark that was like, I know my dad said not to do this, but like, do I want to let fucking people die? No, not really. I'll take my fucking beating for it if I have to.
Yeah, he was like, what am I supposed to do? Just let them die, Dad?
Right. He's like,
no, son, you just got... I doubt that. I
just love you so much. He puts his hand on the back of his neck and they touch foreheads.
Yeah.
Well, we found you, Clark.
Somebody save me.
Now, am I the only person who thinks the main reason they were always about to lose that farm on that show is because they were in the hospital every other episode?
Yeah.
A lot of medical bills, too.
A lot of medical bills.
So many medical bills.
It's like, all right, we built a hospital set, we're using it. Yeah, we're using it this week. No, we're using it.
Every fucking episode. And then we're going to rent it out to the Supernatural crew.
Mm-hmm.
Probably like insurance, too. They're probably like, dude, I don't know if we can cover you guys anymore. Get that fucking barn every year.
They're getting hurt. Something's going through the barn. The house is getting windows blown out. Like, how did they even... They should have been out of that house in the second season.
Yeah.
Well, I think they actually were. I think Lex bought the deed, and he's like, just take it, guys. Just make me part of the family. Can I stay for dinner? And they're like, yes, Lex, you can.
But didn't they own the house?
Yeah, they were always on, like, the verge of losing it.
Yeah, I forget which season, but Lex bought the deed, and that was that. Then they were fine. They kept getting liens and shit from the banks and whatever.
They were a modern farming family who used their son as a plow horse, their super son, to keep everything going.
Like,
even they couldn't do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, like, they were using Clark to plow the field. Like, they didn't have livestock fucking issues.
I don't know what they were... What did they grow there? Were they corn?
Ketamine.
Corn. Yeah, ketamine. Really?
Was it actually like a front for a meth operation?
I'm thinking his dad might have been the one who knocks, and they maybe like they got over their heads and some, you know. Because, like, listen, you got Superman plowing the fields and planting the shit, and he's, like, you know, using heat vision to make things grow faster, creates his own photosynthesis and shit. Like, something was going down. Maybe gambling issues.
Maybe. That's an episode they should have done, though. Like, kryptonite-laced meth, and Clark takes it because he's out. Like, oh, I don't know if I should do this. Takes it and goes on a crazy trip where he just destroys the city.
He's like so high he's just fucking things, but because he's super strong, it's just destroying everything. He's like, watch me fuck this car, and he gives it one good pound, and the car goes flying down the street, hits a bus full of orphans.
Yeah, picture Superman on bath salts.
Yeah.
Boom.
And that's how we got Bizarro.
No, it wasn't me. It was Bizarro. He's like me, but from like another. Yeah.
He's Ultraman. That guy's a dick.
Yeah. Fuck Bruce Wayne, am I right? I'm glad we tangented. That's always fun. But I believe there is superhero fatigue, to bring it back to the original question.
Oh, that was the big overarching one.
Yes.
And I do not. I think it's just another genre that's here to stay. How big and small it gets will vary, but it's like Westerns. They're still making Westerns. Always going to make Westerns. It's just not like the 50s anymore.
Yeah. Not saying you're wrong.
Yeah.
But not saying they feel right anymore. What do you think has more fatigue, Star Wars or Marvel?
Star Wars.
Yeah, it's hard to deny.
I wouldn't call it fatigue. I'd just call it lack of quality.
That's where the fatigue lies, because it's so bad. Like, I'm laboring through it.
Yeah.
Come to find out, I'm a racist or a bigot if I don't like it. It's like, God damn it.
Well, I liked Ahsoka. I just didn't like Acolyte.
We've got a really bad taste in our mouth. We got a really bad taste in our mouth when we think of Star Wars now. We need it washed clean. There's potential that it could be a sorbet coming up. It couldn't be. Maybe it's not great. Maybe it's nice and light and airy, and it sets us on a decent path.
I was listening to Bernardin explain it today, and he's like, the biggest thing is that all of us who sit here and bitch and moan about it forget that it is for kids.
It's undeniable.
Star Wars was made for children. It was not made to age with the children. It is a children's story.
Who said this?
Mark Bernardin.
Well, Bernard, the kid grew up, and you didn't grow up with me, and no one likes the shit you're putting out.
You didn't have to.
Just like Marvel, make it rated R, make someone force fuck someone on screen and show it, and have the guy like watching it, all of a sudden you see anyway.
But see, that's the thing though. They tried giving you some shit like that.
Where?
They tried giving you like angsty lustiness between Darth Rage Monster and Rey. And everybody's like, they can't fucking be together.
Well, when it comes to that, there was no continuity with that trilogy whatsoever.
Right.
There was absolute continuity.
It's hard to talk about it.
It was just, it's not the continuity that you wanted it to be.
No, it's not continuity. Continuity means it makes sense.
No, they tell a complete story. From the from the beginning of the first movie to the end of the last movie.
Beginning and end, right? Beginning, middle, and end.
Yes.
But they started it, and then they go, what if we do this instead now? Because, and then they rebounded because that didn't work either. Third film, they go, all right, we said we're going to do that, but what if we do that? And it stinks. It just stinks. It's like make Jar Jar Binks the main villain. We'll ride that out. whatever you're going to do with Rey and Kylo Ren, ride it out. Just keep to your original thought. When you're pivoting mid-movies, you get Dark Knight Rises.
Well, I don't think there's that much pivoting. They stuck to the story they were telling. You just didn't fucking like it.
There was pivot.
There was unfortunate pivot because they couldn't do the story they wanted to without Carrie Fisher.
Right.
But beyond that, there wasn't. I will agree. There wasn't a cohesive story laid out initially. It was, here's these new characters. Here's the cool stuff we can do with them.
Yes.
All right, JJ, you make your movie. All right, cool. Ryan Johnson, how are you going to follow this up? Well, I'm going to follow it up this way, that way. All right, Colin Trevorrow, how are you going to do it? Oh, I think I'm going to do it this way, that way. By the time you get to Trevorrow, they're like, holy shit, that's not what you told us. And he's like, holy shit, that's what I told you we were going to make. Well, we're not making it anymore. Scramble. Carrie Fisher died. Shit, we got a movie to put out. The biggest fucking mistake they made, the absolute biggest mistake they made, was doing it every 2 years.
Yes.
Right.
They needed 3 years between each. Not just to design shit, but to like massage those stories, to figure out what's really important. And they didn't let it happen.
Yeah. They needed a Feige too for that whole shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like Abrams can't just come in and be like, "Oh, produce this stuff." No,
yeah.
Someone's got to run.
Someone has to have written like the Bible for the story for the 3 movies. And like, this is point A and point B. Mm-hmm. Figure out, I guess, how you want to tell the shit in between. But like, this is the overarching story that has to be in all 3 of these movies.
Yes.
Why don't they give it to a super geek like Kevin Smith?
Because he won't fucking do it. He won't do it.
He would never do it.
Yeah.
He's afraid that if he does something that big, and just like people do, they don't like it, they're gonna fucking come for him, and he doesn't. He doesn't want to take on that responsibility. I don't fucking.
Nobody likes his movies now, anyways.
I love his movies.
His exact words were, "I don't want to fuck up something I love."
Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is, enough people that love him love his movies, and everybody else is either indifferent or an asshole.
Right.
Like way too fucking into how much they dislike it. And he's happy with that now. He's got his followers, he's doing boutique stuff. He's good. He would never touch it.
I feel like that'd be such a dream for him.
Oh, he
would do an episode of a show.
Sure.
He would jump at an episode of Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Oh,
what about like
that would be amazing.
Like a producer, some sort, like somewhere where he has hands on it, where he's like, let's make it make sense.
No, he would not want to be responsible for the whole thing.
Like
they tried doing that with Super
Party 2.
The closest you get, and like it should make him feel good, despite like I don't know what anybody's problem what the first season of it was, but like his Masters of the Universe shit is incredible.
Yeah, I can see him coming up with his own Star Wars animated thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you get a guy like him, even if it's not him, someone who actually appreciates Star Wars and has a vision. Because they're just getting these film school yuppies that know what Star Wars is, and Tom Brady is their favorite football player. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting from the people they've had.
I mean,
Tom Brady still plays, right?
I mean, JJ was like Spielberg's protege, though.
Yeah, JJ more like no.
What you need is a room full of fucking a-hole nerds that talk a lot of shit, and you get them in there and say, "Okay, assholes, here, you have at it." When they realize they can't do it, or their shit's too convoluted, because that's the problem too. Fans are like, they should be doing this, and this. And then when they don't do those things, they're like, I don't understand. Meanwhile, like, Eric and his son, Leroy, in fucking Ohio, who've never, like, really given 2 shits about this stuff, watch it and like, oh yeah, no, I completely understand this. You know what? I kind of like this. That's the people they're reaching. People like us, we're going to go. Regardless. Like, it could suck. It could be great. They've got us. And that's what we all forget, too. Like, they're also writing this shit for a wider audience.
Hate that.
But they have to. That's where you're making your fucking money.
No, you're making your money by making your money about the people that have supported you.
No, because you have 50,000 strong supporters, right? And you know
Star Wars.
I'm just using numbers.
Sure.
You know they're going, but like if you could appeal to 500,000, you're still going to get that 50,000, but now you're getting 450,000 more.
Yeah, but now you're gonna have 450,000 people that still hate it.
Doesn't matter.
It's not that good.
But you've made your audience wide enough that you've gotten your money back. Like, let's not forget, these movies came out, and these shows are coming out, and all these products are coming out because Disney spent a pretty fucking penny to acquire this company.
Yeah.
They need return on investment. Yeah. Too. That's why they greenlit like all 3 of the movies the day that Lucas signed those papers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but like they're missing the ultimate component. Make it good.
Hey, just listen. If you watched Fallout, fiduciary responsibility.
Listen, I'm not a douche and I'm not responsible, so I take offense.
Fallout was great.
I finished it. We'll discuss that on the next show.
Like, I do feel like after episode 9 came out and Filoni got the reins, we were he was.
But he does. That's the thing. Nobody has the full reins,
right?
Because Filoni has the reins of Grogu, Mando, and that corner. He can tell the Mandalorian story. No one's think of it as a theme park. He's got Mandalore Land.
He's got Mandalore Land and Rebels.
Yeah. Rebels, they're not really doing... Rebels is sitting there like a fucking... It's a small world. It'll always be there. People who love it will love it and go see it. But he's building up Mando Land.
Rebels, Clone Wars, and Mando.
Yeah. Clone Wars is Space Mountain.
Yes.
Every once in a while they'll put a fucking spit polish on it and it'll look a little different.
Like, oh, Ahsoka again.
Ahsoka's Peter Pan?
Ahsoka, maybe
she's
Tales
part
of the Jedi's Peter Pan.
She's part of the Clone Wars situation.
Andor's great.
Yeah.
I highly enjoy it.
But he has nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
Neither Filoni or Favreau have anything to do with that.
No.
There are like little corners
and Andor spawned out of the only good Star Wars movie that fans have enjoyed over the last like 10 fucking years.
Yeah.
You ask anybody and they're like, Rogue One.
Yeah, of course.
Fucking Rogue One.
Yeah.
And that's why
Star Wars movie.
That's why Andor works, because everybody loved fucking Rogue One. But yeah, like...
Oh, they made it good?
I've yet to watch Andor.
It's good.
I've heard. I've such like distrust in Star Wars, especially after the fucking Acolyte. I have no hopes for Skeleton Crew.
Oh, bro. Acolyte is like you took a messy shit and you can't stop wiping.
Yeah.
Andor is you take a sweet, sweet long log, you wipe once and there's nothing on the toilet paper. It's just
it's
nice.
A one-wipe wonder.
One-wipe wonder.
It's not shit, it's the shit.
Yeah.
Eventually, I'll get around to it.
You're just not ready now. Go ahead, Joe. You could say it.
No, I don't know what Skeleton Crew. I won't fully judge it until I watch an episode.
Here's the thing.
I can tell you're judging it. I can tell by your face.
From the get-go, Skeleton Crew is not for us. If we happen to like it, that's good for the people that enjoy it. But like,
I just want it to be fun and creative. Just be fun, upbeat, and creative.
Yeah.
If it is, cool. You made a Star Wars show. Nice. Yeah. Something between Rebels and that Tales of the Young Jedi thing they got with that's basically Bluey with Jedi. Yeah. Something between there I can live with. I can watch and be like, that's adorable. This is probably not going to affect the overall story. It's going to be Goonies in space. And that'll hit me right here.
Hopefully. But see, that's the thing. Like, I can go back and watch Goonies and I feel the nostalgia. Something like this now is just like, I don't fucking care. Like, there's one of the 2 reviews I have for the next show is a movie that Mike had said he watched. And there's some positivity I have towards it. But then it's like, it does the same thing that every fucking new horror movie does. And I fucking hate it.
Oh, Long Legs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or not Long Legs, Cobweb.
Oh, that's right. You started that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We finished it.
Yeah. You're only about halfway through last we
Right.
spoke on it.
But, okay, Mike, do you have some questions?
Well, I got a handful. They're all over the road, though. I got a handful of... You know what? Here's one. If you could change your stats in life, would you, and how much? Like, if you could, like in an RPG, use a slider to change your stats. First off, would you do it? And then I'd say second off, you have to pick 5 stats. I didn't lay this out before, but...
If I change the stat, right,
Mm-hmm.
does it, like, give extra ability?
Yeah,
not just clearly you're super proficient in that area, but I mean, like, is it unlocking anything extra for me? Because, like, I feel like I'm pretty even leveled, right? Maybe a bit higher in intelligence than some. My stamina is pretty good. Strength, you know, I have my moments of beastly feats. You know, I like, nothing's really subpar. My biggest thing would be, but it's not like an attribute I think you get in an RPG. I just want to stop hurting. Like, healing abilities would be great.
Yeah. You'd add health stats, I guess.
Yeah. If that's the case, I would fucking max it.
Okay, so then I guess the question changes from you. For you, you're low on health right now.
Yeah.
Your health bar is really low.
Yeah.
And if you add, let's say, 2 points to your health thing, it'll extend the bar, but also fill it back up halfway.
Yeah.
What do you pull from? What do you pull those 2 stats from?
I guess I could definitely take a point down on my intelligence so I could be at the level of the pores. And maybe stamina. Because, like, my body functions on a fairly low amount of sleep.
Yeah, but that would mean on your day-to-day life you'd get more tired more quickly.
That'd be okay, though, because if it boosts my healing ability, it kind of just takes care of itself anyway.
So then you're defeating that, but you're just... Okay, so the only change is the pain isn't there.
Correct.
Okay. I guess that's a bonus.
It's funny that you mentioned this because I found myself playing Fallout 3 yesterday, and I had to create a character. I probably would boost up... at least, give a point up for maybe strength and charisma.
Penis size.
Well, that, you got to give a 7.
I'm 7. I'm lucky. I'm able to take from there a lot and still have a ton of it.
Like, if I reduce a point from somewhere, could I add it somewhere else? Because I could probably afford to reduce penis size.
Usually if you reduce from somewhere, you should be able to get,
That's your cock.
boost up another one.
That is the point. Like shifting the sliders. You lose a point.
Yeah.
Where are you going to put it? I take a foot off of my penis. I still have enough. And then that joke gets used twice.
Yeah.
Still have enough to wrap around my waist twice. I wouldn't change a thing because, my stats brought me to where I'm at now, and that brought me to the love of my life. And I just couldn't imagine my life.
Okay. You brought her into it. What stat would she change on you?
Probably my big head. She'd shrink my head like Beetlejuice. He's not paying attention at all.
I feel like that's every show.
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
Hey bitch. Hey bitch.
After you're just like the
Fuck
love
you.
about.
Fuck you. Hey, fuck you.
If we're going the route of what our significant others would take points away, Ashley would absolutely take away a chunk of my charisma. Sometimes,
Yeah, you got the Riz.
She de-riz you?
yeah. But like, just think about it, guys. It would tone down my personality. So wouldn't you all agree?
Is there an anger stat? Is there an anger stat also? Can we take off of that? Because that'll change your personality too.
So I think that's included in charisma. I think anger is that's all personality.
You have aggressive charisma.
I do have
fuck's up, baby?
I do have
Oh,
aggressive
yeah.
charisma.
I'm tripping harder.
Oh, were
Pretty
you
stone cold.
too cool for free candy? Okay.
Megan said she would reduce my comedic timing because how much of the life of the party I become and, social butterfly.
Yeah.
She hates when I'm center of attention.
Is she even in the room?
Yeah. Just totally. She has her knees up over by her head. Just not looking at me. Probably rolling her eyes.
She has earbuds in, doesn't she?
No, she's just locked in to whatever the fuck she's doing. Fuck you.
How much longer do you want to go on? Because I got
We could probably do like another question
Okay.
and then transition.
Video game related.
Ooh.
If we can all agree that Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat are the two biggest fighting games ever, what's the third?
Tekken.
He might be right.
Yeah.
Tekken or Virtual Fighter?
It's either it's Tekken or Smash Brothers.
Yeah, I wish DBZ caught on more. It's good, but
Me
I don't
too.
think it'd be top 3.
Yeah. I want to say Soul Calibur with all of my heart, but we all know it's not true.
No, so do I, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Tekken.
Yeah, they made a movie.
DOA
That
made a
game
movie.
was-
That's not a high watermark.
Yeah, but that game was fun. Like, I definitely enjoyed playing that game.
Remained fun.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of makes me wish Killer Instinct had stayed up.
That would have been like if they kept
Fighting or Killer Instinct was
quality in that
great.
game.
Primal Rage was also fun.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Shaq Fu.
That fucking game is so painful. Did
So
anyone-
good.
You actually played it? Did you?
Yeah, Uncle Tom used to have it.
Oh, it's so painful.
Nobody ever picked Shaq. It was kind of hilarious. There was a little Asian guy, and I think a kid with his. I think there might have been a kid in that one too.
All
Not
right.
with a skateboard, but
I'm pretty sure he did have a skateboard.
I had a skateboard in my head too. But I don't know if I was merging them. But either way, a sweet
Nope.
game.
Most underrated fighting game of all time? Fighting Vipers.
No, dude, Justin, what was the one we played with the guy with the
Fighting Champions.
Dirk,
Yep.
uppercut guy, the plant man,
Yeah.
the guy with
The bird.
18 tits,
The bird dude.
What was this on?
Sega.
Sega.
I don't remember. This was Genesis?
Yeah.
Also,
There was a guy.
also,
he was
like-
blue.
there's argument for Power Stone as well.
Oh, I love Power Stone. But there's no way it's third, but it should be in the top 5. Not enough people would put it there, though. Especially considering they just have done nothing with it. It's just fucking sitting there.
That's what I'm saying. Like, underrated.
Oh, I'm absolutely underrated. 'Cause Fighting Vipers was basically Virtua Fighter, except instead of all the cool moves, you had good armor, and everyone had something on their back. There was a kid with a skateboard that you could use as a weapon. So it wasn't quite Soul Calibur, but it was what Soul Calibur's become, where you can take the clothing off them by beating the shit out of them. And ring outs were incredible in that game.
Does WWF games count?
I don't know, man.
wrestling might have to be its own genre.
Yeah. Because, you're like player on player, or player versus computer.
Either way.
Yeah.
Like, Attitude kind of was where I would cap it, because before that they didn't really have, like, wrestling games as we have them now. Like, Attitude, I think, like, the health bar is 0, you can just pin them.
Yeah.
Because even, like, old school WrestleMania for Sega, like, you punch...
Those were
the ropes.
The old school WrestleMania games were fighting games. They just took on the guise of a wrestling match.
By the time you got to like SmackDown and Raw's War, they figured out how to make it feel like a wrestling, where you can do grapples, you can do lockups.
It was probably Attitude. Vinny's right. And then came No Mercy, WrestleMania 2000, and then the SmackDown games.
Well, Raw's War was like 96, right?
Yeah, but like that was the beginning of all these things.
Yeah.
Like, Attitude came after Raw's War.
Did it?
I believe so.
Raw's War was very blocky.
This is very early.
Yeah. I think it was the first PlayStation Wrestling, a WWE game. They might have had other ones, but it was their first one on that hardware.
Yeah.
Fuck, I played the shit out of that game. That might be the wrestling game I played. No, SmackDown.
No Mercy.
WrestleMania. Play the fuck out of WrestleMania.
WrestleMania and No Mercy. Oh, fuck. WCW...
NWO Revenge?
Revenge, yeah. That one, too.
They had La Parka in that one.
They sure as fuck did.
So good.
Alright.
If you're a Stinger La Parka, you start off with a weapon. No big deal.
Yeah. Fat
They had Disco Inferno, they had Alex Wright.
Fuck,
it's crazy when you relive it in your head. It wasn't that long. And it felt like it was forever.
Raven and his flock.
Yeah. That was like 1 year, right, of wrestling? All that shit?
Yeah. That's like when you think about The Rock's career. He was really only wrestling for like 3 years.
Stone Cold too. How long? He got hurt a lot.
Austin wrestled for a long time before he became what we knew.
Yeah.
Because he was stunning Steve Austin for a long ass time, and then he got fired via FedEx by Bischoff when he was in WCW. Paul Heyman took him in over at ECW. That's when he shaved his head. And kind of invented the Stone Cold character. That's what Vince liked. Vince took him on.
Completely ruined the character by making him the ringmaster.
Yeah.
Not letting him talk.
And then Steve confronted him in a parking lot. And then the rest is history after that fucking John 3:16.
It's crazy to think he only wrestled The Rock twice. Like, all the hype with those two, like, they only actually wrestled each other twice.
Wow, they wrestled a lot.
Yeah.
They wrestled together a lot, but, like, one-on-one.
Did they have 3 WrestleManias?
They wrestled a lot.
No. Twice. Google. Give it a Google. 1v1, it was twice.
Do you want to bet a bag of Doritos on this?
I'm fairly confident, but no.
Okay. Do you want to bet you pouring me a drink on Sunday for this?
If I pour you a drink, I'm stirring it with my wiener.
Well.
And I don't shower often. Am I right?
I'm looking.
You're already wrong, because they had 3 WrestleMania matches.
Yeah.
Yeah, but one-on-one?
Yeah. There was no one else in any of the WrestleMania matches.
Okay, I stand corrected. Could have sworn it was twice.
They had, overall 8 singles matches. That is pretty crazy, though. For their entire run together, it was mostly matches with them teaming up against other people to keep the heat going. They only ever had 8 one-on-ones.
Still.
Most of their work together was in the ring talking shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Edge and John Cena. How many times did they fucking wrestle each other?
Edge and Cena and Orton and Cena. Alright. That's enough. We have another show to do.
Alright.
If you like what you hear, you know what Kyle says.
Just nerdies@gmail.com, nerdies.com, nerdies. Nerdies. NERDATIES. What else do you need to know?
I would tell you to go to tpublic.com/nerdities, but that might be fucking changing soon.
Yeah.
We'll be talking about that on the next show.
Starting to chafe my ass in a lot of different ways.
Sinful Creations by Justin.com. Order stuff. Won't you?
YouTube.com/nerdities. Subscribe, like, hit the bell, get notified when new content is coming. Cause we have a lot of stuff on there, and more stuff is coming. Give us money. Be a producer. We like budget. We want money. Write to us, nerdies@gmail.com. Croon Swoon, business, product, we talk about.
Jeez, he's got down to like nothing.
Joe will lick your taint.
Should I follow suit? Opinions, nerdies, crew, idiotic, pull it out. Don't worry, next week's far more insulting. Fuck bye.
Okay.
This is lo-fi nerdities today.
Alright, I'll be right back.
Because of the end of civilization, the Clamp Cable Network now leaves the air. We hope you have enjoyed our programming, but more importantly, we hope you have enjoyed life.